What we're going to be doing is exploring some of the possibilities of playing drums with your hands. Throughout the world there are many kinds of hand drums and many kinds of ways of playing, and all of them have one thing in common, and that is that in order to play efficiently and to make a good sound, one must be relaxed. And it's not a bad idea to think about throwing the hand as though you were going to throw a ball, so that you think about this kind of a wave where we throw the hand into the head. It's all very loose and very relaxed, just like a good baseball pitcher. Now in this case, I'm playing with all four fingers, finger number 4, 3, 2, and 1, together. In a similar way, one could play with just the 3 fingers, finger number 2, number 3, and number 4 together, and keeping finger number 1 out of the way, just gently holding it up. And a similar sound, you can make a similar sound that way. In this first part, we're going to be talking just about playing with one hand, so it's not a bad idea to try playing whatever fingerings we're going to discuss. Try to play it with your weak hand and your strong hand. So this would be the 3 fingers together, or the 4 fingers together. Now it's also possible to make another type of tone or a closed sound, this being the open sound and this being the closed sound, where we're actually stopping the head from ringing. But the delivery of the hand into the head should be exactly the same, or as close to exactly the same as possible. The only difference is that in the closed sound, the fingers remain on the head. And in the open sound, we want it to just let the hand bounce off the head and let it ring. So, the index finger can be used by itself. This, of course, will make a slightly thinner sound because the beater, if you will, the index finger, is smaller. So the difference between, say, the three fingers open and the index finger there will usually be a little bit more of bottom with the larger beater, or the more fingers playing together. And again, one can play open and closed with the index finger. Combining the two, the three fingers together and the index finger together, the index finger by itself, one has a pattern of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Remembering always to throw the hand. Now, if we just simply double one of the fingers, either the index finger alone or the three fingers together, we make a pattern of 3, like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Sometimes it's also possible, when using the index finger, or in fingerings that use the index finger, it's sometimes possible to substitute the thumb. And again, in this case, we throw the thumb. And again, it can be closed or open. So we can play that 3 pattern, for instance. Instead of using the index finger, we substitute the thumb. We can play it would sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now again, using a double on one of the fingers, we can establish a pattern of 4, which is very similar to what most drummers refer to as a paradiddle, in that it's a figure that repeats itself, but it changes sides. In other words, it would be like this: be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Patterns like this could be used, of course, on just about any instrument you could play with your hands. And for instance, on this tambourine ring, instead of using it like we most of the time we do is shake it and hit it against the heel of our palm, if you want to make some slightly more delicate and a little bit more articulate rhythms, then you can use this kind of fingering right on the rim itself. In this case, the paradiddle. Or another example would be to use, say, this shaker, this very nice shaker from Kenya. Of course, you could use the thumb too. So putting those patterns together, we can make other figures, like we have so far. We have a figure of 2, and we have a figure of 3, and now we have a figure of 4. Now if we put them together, for instance, we can make a pattern, say, of 7, which would be 3 plus 4, or 4 plus 3, however you want to do it. It would be like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or say a pattern of 5, say just 2 and 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One could even use an instrument like this Balinese kajar, and say play using the raised part here in the center as the center of your drum, or in this case it's a metal instrument, or a bronze drum, if you will. You could make a pattern. It's very common throughout most of the world. This rhythm exists in just about every culture. And that is a pattern of 3 and 3 and then 2, making a total of 8. It could be done like this, for instance: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. If you play the last 2 strokes open, then I think it becomes even more familiar. So far we've discussed using the hand in several ways. And of course this is all oriented towards playing with just one hand. That is, we play with the 4 fingers together, the 3 fingers together, the index finger and the thumb, and then put them together in various combinations. And remember, it's always best to throw the hand, to not press the stroke. This would be pressing the stroke or pressing the stroke, but to throw it. Even if it's a small little throw like this from the finger, the difference being this being a press and this being the throw. And remember too, when you use the index finger by itself, there will be a slight turning of the arm, but it's not a complete flip like this. And you can make a sound that way, it's just not very efficient. But there is a slight turning in this part of the arm as you bring your hand up. You'll see that there's just a very slight turning. That's okay. In this next part, we're going to be discussing and exploring the possibilities of using both hands. For this section, I'm using a conga drum, but there's no reason why these fingerings couldn't be played on just about anything imaginable, even wood blocks, say, or tambourines, or frame drums, or any drum at all. And you should experiment when you do this stuff yourself. Now, the first combination is using the fingerings that we learned in the one-hand situation. Now we'll put together with 2 hands. So the first one would be a triplet or a 3 figure, a pattern of 3. And that would be, one way to do it would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, throwing and sometimes open and closed. You should experiment again using your weak hand as the lead hand, so that then the fingering would be like this. And again, sometimes it's possible to substitute the thumb. In this case, the pattern of 3 would be like this. When playing in a 2-hand configuration, it's sometimes possible and definitely okay to substitute the 4 fingers together for the 3 fingers. In other words, in this pattern, instead of playing, I'm sometimes playing It's all 4 fingers, and that's okay. Then, in using the thumb, we can have a combination using the thumb together and then the 3 fingers on each hand in succession. So it would be like this. It would be so it's a pattern of 4, if you will. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you could start it with the 3 fingers together. Now that makes a pattern of 4. If we wanted to make a pattern of 6, then that would be like this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And using that same configuration, we can make a pattern of 8, which would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, the important principles are, as usual, playing very relaxed and throwing the hand and alternating, experimenting with alternating between open sounds and closed sounds. Now, one other possibility is to play that rhythm that we did in the first section with just one hand, the 3 plus 3 plus 2. In this case, we do it with 2 hands. That would be like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So we have then explored some of the possibilities of playing with both hands, the triplet, the 3-figure, one pattern of 4, the 6 pattern, the 8 pattern, and then this last one, which was the 3 plus 3 plus 2, which is another 8, but we're going to explore the possibilities of playing with the three fingers, individual fingers from each hand, namely finger number 3, number 2, and number 1. Now the first pattern we can do is to play a pattern of 4, playing one of the fingers from one hand and then the 3 fingers in succession from the other hand, like this. Now, you can also do a pattern that would be alternating the fingers. Like, for instance, you can play finger number 3, and then 3 on the other hand, and then 2, 2, 1, 1. That would give you a pattern of 6, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if we come back to finger number 2 and then repeat the whole pattern, we have a figure of 8, which would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, a good way to practice this pattern and that 6 pattern, the previous pattern, is to sometimes just play the hands in unison, together. And then after some time, just double them by simply following one hand with the other. So in this case, both hands are still moving at the same tempo, except when they're interlocked, it makes it double time. Another pattern of 8 that's very interesting and really very useful is this pattern. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in this part, we've explored the possibility of using the three individual fingers from each hand, namely the finger number 3, finger number 2, and finger number 1, in various possibilities. Sometimes you can also combine to make a figure like this, which I like very much for my own playing, and that is to play the 3 together and the 1, and then, on the other hand, to use the 3 fingers individually. And it would be an alternate pattern where it's going back and forth from right to left with a different finger on each stroke. It would be like this. Say, for a pattern of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One can also play a kind of a rolling pattern where you play 3 fingers in one hand in succession and then the 3 fingers of the other hand. And it's kind of like a double stroke roll, except in this case there's 3 strokes per arm swing. So it would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There are many other kinds of sounds that can be done with the hands, especially on these instruments we call frame drums. Like, for instance, there are a wealth of harmonics that one can obtain. The first one is by just playing the thumb in the center of the head. If you play it open, of course you get this sound, but then when you play it closed, you get what's really an octave harmonic. And there are other harmonics that can be obtained by damping the head very slightly with one hand and then play, say, with the index finger, finger number 1, on the close to the rim, but not actually on the rim, but like right about here, and just damping with the side of the palm. So you can get harmonics that sound like this. This hand is pressing very lightly with the same weight that a guitar player would make a harmonic on their string, pressing very lightly. You can also obtain a kind of a harmonic glissando just by simply moving your hand up the drum right after striking, like this. Another kind of sound that's a kind of a special sound, one is using the fingernails to scratch the head, or the fingertips to rub the head. The difference being This with the fingernails, and this just with the tips of the fingers. One could also use the fingernails in the fashion that flamenco guitarists do, and that is kind of flipping them one at a time off of the thumb and flipping them right into the head. In this case, one could start with the little finger and then followed by the ring finger, middle finger, index finger, or you could do it the opposite way and start with the index finger.